Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to change the oil on a 2012 Honda Odyssey. So what you're going to need is a breaker bar or a ratcheting wrench. It just depends on how tight your oil drain bolt is. You need a oil filter wrench, and you need something to catch the oil, and you also need a 5/8 socket to get the oil drain bolt out. And then for the oil, I just use 0W20 full synthetic oil. I think it just works the best. And then for the filter, you have to use M1-110A, or you can use M1-110. Okay, so as you can see here, I have the Honda Odyssey on ramps. I have the e-brake set, and I have both of the back wheels shocked. Okay, so I'm now under the Odyssey. This is the front of the car, as you can see. And then as you come back, you're gonna find the exhaust right here, the flux connector, I think is what they call it. And they're gonna find this pan over here, and it's really nice because it's marked engine oil. So then you're going to take a socket. I already loosened it a little bit with the breaker bar. So you just put on the wrench and you just break it off. So as you can see, now it's loose. So now I'm going to go get the drain pan and okay, so this is probably the worst part of it. So now I have the pan under it and trying to guess where the oil is going to go. And I usually get some on the ground, but I don't know. So now I just have to remove the oil drain bolt. Hold on. Call it. Sorry, I had to readjust. I'm always off where the oil actually starts flowing. You can see it is draining. Okay, so now that it's slowed down, and this just shows just how sticky this oil is. You can wipe it down, take your drain plug, and then just start threading it right back in. As you can see, you're able to turn it freely, so you're not cross-threading it, because that's the worst thing you could do. That'd be bad. Not cross-threading it here. It's right there. Wipe away any oil. You can then remove the pan. You can then take your wrench, 5/8 to be exact, put it back on here, and then get it tight. And then just a little bit more right there. That's plenty tight because there's a gasket. Okay, so now we are on the passenger side of the Odyssey. If you come down here and you look, that is your oil filter. And I have this tin foil because where it is, the oil would go right here, and you want it to go into your pan right here. And how to get it off is you have to take this wrench, put it on here, and then you just loosen it lefty-loosey with the wrench. Then when it gets loose enough, then you can just take the filter and just start twisting it off. As you can see, it works like a charm. It is now draining. You can see. You should wear gloves for this, I should mention. These things have a lot of threads. Okay, so now it's off. Now you can just take it and dump it right in. Oh, that's dry. Okay, so now you can come back down, remove your tin foil, come in with a towel, and clean off the base where it mounts to. And you want to make sure that there's no oil gaskets. You want to make sure that there's no rubber around here at all. Okay, so now here is the less messy part. You have your filter right here. I like to use this just to hold it. It's the same one that was on before. And you want to make sure that this one has the rubber gasket. You set that in here. You can then take some of the new oil, dip your finger in there, and you want to wet the seal right here so that it comes off easy the next time. Okay, so now the seal is wet, and if you want to, you can take some of the oil and add it into here. And then the Honda Odyssey takes 4.5 quarts, and this is a 5-quart bottle. So when you're adding the oil, just when you have 5 quarts left, then you have to stop, as you can see. Actually, no, I'm sorry. When you have 0.5 quarts, then you need to stop because then it's completely full. Okay, so now that you have your oil filter and it's mostly filled, you can now come over here, move this out of the way so you have as much space as possible. I always get a little bit on the ground. Then you just come up here and you just have to start threading it right back on. You just have to keep screwing it back on. I'm going to clean it off one last time just to get a good grip on it when you finish, because you don't want any oil leaks. And you just want to get it real nice and tight. Just like that. Okay, so now here's the easiest part. I already pulled out the dipstick and cleaned it off just to get any oil that's left. And then I took off the oil cap right here. And this just clarifies that it's SAE 0W20. I just put it right there so I can't close the hood. And then I just take a funnel, put it right in the hole, right there. And then take some oil and then just start adding it. And as you can see now, I don't know if you can see it, but the engine oil is right up to the level, as you can see right there. It's right to the... Okay, so now you can take the cap and put the cap back on. Nice and tight, and then you can just go, it hasn't run yet, but just to see if there is any leaks now. As you can see, nothing dripping from there, and there's nothing dripping from the oil pan. Okay, so now if you put the key in, fasten seatbelt, okay, service due soon, B1, which in this case means that we need to change the oil. So we are going to hold the button over here for 10 seconds. And then you flip it to reset, because you can actually turn this, right, this dial right here. Hopefully you can see that you can turn this. So press reset.